Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, we'll be understanding certain details about what revenue concept means. What details it has stored in for us will be mentioned in the next sheet. Let's understand and discuss about it further. So when we talk about revenue concept, we ideally talk about the cornerstone of accrual concept. Just like in accrual concept, how we mentioned that we need to mention or we need to record all these transactions whether we have received that income or not. However, before mentioning that amount, we need not think about whether we have received or we have not received that specific income. Similar to that, when we talk about revenue concept, which is just similar to realization concept, however, the only difference is that we need to record the transaction no matter whether we have realized the amount or we have not realized the amount. So that's the purview and that's the only difference when we talk about revenue concept. This concept basically deals with what is the kind of amount or what is the kind of transaction that you'll be dealing with and how much do you have to put in your time when we talk about realization or realizing the value of it. If in case we have any such circumstance where probably the details of that specific transaction is not available, or probably when we talk about realization or revenue concept, all these transactions, whether the amount has been realized or it is still realizable, in both these terms you need to record these transactions. Hence it has been mentioned as a cornerstone of accrual accounting. Let's understand what further details have been given here for your reference. So as I mentioned that it should be recorded whether it has been realized or realizable or when it has been realized or realizable. So the moment the right has been created, just like in accrual concept, when the legal right has been created to receive it, in such cases revenue concept follows the same thing as accrual concept. Hence accrual or revenue both follow the same thing whether the amount has been realized or realizable. In both the cases you have to record these transactions so that you don't miss out on important incomes and revenues. Let's understand few more details on this in detail. The company shouldn't wait for it or to probably company shouldn't wait to record these transactions unless the amount is actually collected. So in spite of collecting the actual amount, if you have the legal right whereby these transactions are supposed to be received by you, or if the income is supposed to be received by you and it is binding for the other person to give it to you, and this legal right has been created, you can straight away go ahead and mention these transactions in your books of account under the term of bills receivable or bills payable. Hence it is termed as either whether it is accrual concept or revenue concept. Bills receivable will be a part of something that you're supposed to receive, revenue, accrued, and bills payable will be something that is supposed to be paid, revenue, or probably something that is supposed to be paid as an expense or loss. So when we talk about revenue concept, this is something that you need to follow. Let's figure out few more details on this. It is also mentioned as a part of exchange of goods and services. Whenever there is a goods or service that has been exchanged, there is something that we are supposed to receive in return. That is called a perfect transaction, whereby you can segregate that into three parts. A first transaction whereby a transaction takes place, that is it gets initiated, that gives you right or that gives us the right of accrual concept. Second thing, if the transaction is supposed to be received, that means an income is supposed to be received or whether we have not received it, in such cases realization concept or probably revenue concept. And third, realization concept comes into picture when the amount has been actually received. So accrual concept when the legal right is created, revenue concept when the legal right to receive the amount is created, third, realization concept when the amount is actually received. So when you talk about revenue concept, these are the details that you need to understand. So every time any transaction refers to all these details, you need to further go ahead and revalidate all these details and further then adjust or make the conclusions whether these transactions refer to accrual concept, realization concept, or revenue concept. So this is something that you need to understand. Revenue concept deals with any kind of concept or amount that has to be recorded into the books of account no matter whether the amount has been realized or not. So that's it for the realization or probably the revenue account concept. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned with Ekeeda and keep subscribing to Ekeeda.